party started, man. In a few seconds, folks, we get started here. We're going to talk about going for your money. One of our members right here, it was Carrie's idea, almost to put your picture up. I didn't do it. Carrie made me do it, okay? Let me pull something up right here, folks, before we can get started here and see, can we chill out that little music for a second? I kind of like it, though. All right. So, Carrie, how we doing, man?
I'm doing good, doing good.
Good, good. You like that picture of Moomba, man?
I did.
She's going for that money. She's going for that money. She ain't playing around. We talking about getting that money. She's up on the four-wheel doom buggy. What do they call them these days? Four-wheelers, doom buggies? Might be dating myself.
Ah. How you been?
Can't complain, man. Can't complain. But she's out there trying to get that money on a horse or on a doom buggy or four-wheeler. She's out there, man, going across the country. She's serious.
I see.
She's serious. Hey, folks, today we're going to talk about fingerprinting money, things you should take in consideration, tools you should have put into place, dealing with challenged customers, and what to do you want to slap the F out of somebody. I'm just keeping this real for today, folks. This is Fingertip Tuesdays, but sometimes people will get in your face or try to push your buttons where you can go sideways. You need to step back, slow your roll, and focus on how to get that money, learn from it, and move around. I'm going to show you some true situations I had myself personally. Never had them before, but I dealt with them the best way I can. I'm also going to share with you things I should have done differently where I didn't take the right actions and end up losing a lot of money after that because of that situation there. Mm-hmm. So, Carrie, right off the back here, man, fingerprinting payments. What do you recommend for type of situations about getting paid for mobile fingerprinting? What 3 things come to mind about you getting paid?
First of all, I recommend use credit cards because you don't want to carry cash.
That's right.
And second of all payments must be made in advance because you don't want to get to someone's house and they're still at the mall and then they decide, well, they don't want your service or they can't make it today. And you wasted time, money, and cost you money, and you're not going to get paid. So you have to take the payments in advance, credit cards, and most of all, before you submit it in to the state for approval, make sure that credit card is approved.
That's right.
Because once you submit it into the state doesn't care. They're going to bill you whether you get paid or not. You're going to pay the state.
That's right. I try to tell folks, your transaction is complete when you get paid. So hold off pushing that transmit button until you know for sure everything is clear, especially with a check. And that might be like the NBA bounce around the court and checks will bounce.
Do not accept personal checks. I do not even accept companies' checks.
Really?
Yes. Yes.
Yep.
Because most companies, you don't know the financial status of that company. They could be on the verge of going out of business, or they could be on the verge of getting ready to file into a Chapter 11 or 13, and you could get mixed up in that and not get paid for your service.
Been down the road before too.
Or they could just say, well, you know what? You fingerprinted 6 people, and we're not happy with the results we got. So instead of you get, and then there's always a net term when you deal with companies and checks, because it could be a 30-day net.
Good point.
60-day or 90-day before you receive your money.
Good point.
Verify all that stuff up front when you're dealing with companies.
Now, me and folks leave the comments below. We would take certified checks, but we try to avoid money orders because you still could cancel a certified check in the money order. But certain companies we will trust for taking a check. But what we do now, basically we can do invoicing them, like an online invoicing them. We give the option of paying by credit card online or direct deposit. We prefer credit card. Sometimes you get the money faster, but if it's a direct deposit, it might take you sometime 4 to 7 business days to get cleared, depending how you receive it into your account. But the direct deposits are the safest ones that take longer to clear. Because like you say, you might pay by credit card, but what if they decide, you know what? The credit card cleared. He went ahead and transmitted for these 30 people here. Let's say he did a bad job getting the money back.
Right.
That can happen too.
Yeah, also there's so many different elements when you're dealing with credit cards. And you have to let the customer know that they are going to be charged a credit card service fee, because if you're using Stripe or any a bank card to process, or PayPal or wherever, they're going to charge you a fee for processing that transaction.
Correct.
And if you're not willing to pass that fee on to the customer, then that's going to eat into your profit. Me personally, I charge a credit card fee. I don't care if you're doing 20 customers for the same company. Each one of those customers pays a credit card fee.
So, folks, what he's saying, and let me say what he said, but differently. What he is saying, there's a convenience fee.
Yes.
Not a credit card fee, a convenience fee, because you're not supposed to charge an extra for a credit card unless, this could change since the last time I've gotten involved with this, I just saw credit card processing service back in the days, unless you collect off of that credit card transmission government fees. So that particular portion for the government fees, like for example, for Florida, it could be as high as $61.25 for government fee. You can collect that credit card transmission fee for that particular portion. What some people do, like Kerry said he does, he charges a convener fee for credit card, and it's okay to charge convener fees. You just can't charge a credit card fee unless it's for a particular government. Or some people do also, like we do ourselves, we just go ahead and build in the price for that extra service fee we're gonna pay. You just add it to the price. Because some folks was like, they were trying to negotiate with you. You know what? You are charging this much for fingerprinting, or we'll just talk you down from the convenience fee to the credit card fee because we want to pay that. They know what's going on. That's how you present it to your customers. And don't back down from what your rates are to begin with. Now, Kerry, you said you pay by credit card. Is that in person or online?
That's both. Either both ways. Either both way. If you go on my website and process order on my website, you still will be charged a convenience. I come to you or meet you in the street and perform the same service without you booking online, and you pay with a debit credit card, I still will charge you a convenience fee, because my credit card company who I use, they don't care. They're gonna charge me that convenience fee.
That's true. They're gonna get their money.
It's on my receipt, letting you see convenience fee, how much it is. And you have the right then to refuse it. And by refusing it, then you will have to give me cash.
Okay. Now,
I have people do that.
That's true. Let's talk about you're paying in person, like you just said right there. And let's take this. I'm playing devil's advocate for folks that are watching right now. Please take notes. These are real world scenarios that you won't find anywhere out there besides just from us directly. This is the truth, and this is how it should be. When they pay you by cash, and say the amount was $190, but they give you $200, what would you say regarding the $10 change if you don't have it with you? Or what would you say prior to them giving that cash about you not having your availability of change?
If I don't have change, then I offer them a $10 credit on their next service. Because by you doing business with me, you have an account now. I've created you an account. In your account, you will be able to log on to your portal and see where you have a $10 credit and you can use anytime with my company. Another way is, now you may just love the service I perform and may decide you want to give me a $10 tip. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. As well, you decide you want to buy me lunch today. I appreciate
That's good. What we learned this over the course of doing it for quite some time. Sometimes they want to give us a payment for services in cash because the credit card didn't clear. I say, no, we have no more change. We just ran out this morning or this evening or this afternoon, case may be. All I can recommend, you can give the technician a tip, or we have to go ahead and just hold off to be able to pay us in the credit card. In most cases, what they do is hold on to it there, and just give them a tip. Because you get the person right there, waiting for the tip. They're not going to say no on their face, but most of the time they give them a tip.
All Right. And
Which
most
is nice, but give them a chance to, put on their credit. And you mentioned something, they could go online and see the credit. So some folks out there, he said several things. They could pay online. They have their account online. They have a balance or a credit of $10 or so online. So he's able now to retain these customers because now they have an account with his organization.
Mhm.
They really sit there and work with him only to get back that $10. It's going to
Yes.
happens all the time.
Mhm.
And so just plenty of things out there. Even for us, sometimes we do certain scheduling appointments or mobile service, and if we get there and it's supposed to be for 10 people, only 5 people are there. What we do sometimes, depending on the scenario, we may give them credit on their account, good for 6 months from the date of the confirmation. From the date of the confirmation where they're going to book you for tomorrow, but they confirmed it from date of confirmation. It's good for 6 months, calendar months up to that point right there. Make sure it's very clear in your terms and conditions. And Kerry has an online system. Make sure it's in terms and conditions. Make sure they sign something. Make sure they acknowledge something digitally that they read and agreed to your terms and conditions. Some type of physical box they could check or two.
Yes.
Because this will help you sometimes fight disputes. And they're going to happen. They're going to happen there. Now, when you have clients in your system, how do you keep track of them? Do you send like something down the line? No, what do you use? Man, the method they're going to ask anyway. What system do you recommend for your CRM?
Well,
Customer relationship management.
we have reached out to all my clients because on my computer, so I have different things that I use.
Mm-hmm.
But at the beginning of every month, anybody whose birthday is in there automatically receive a happy birthday notification from
Good.
And that is just saying, wishing you a happy birthday, enjoy your day. And also I use different methods, everything from emails. I send emails, I post things on my website. Sometimes you may receive an email, flash sale. Visit my website for a special on people who real estate like.
Okay.
Visit my website for discount for all school teachers in Osceola County. These are the
Pretty
things,
good.
especially like now where school is getting ready to kick in the next 3 weeks. So I'm working, my goal this week here to finish upgrading my website for all new teachers. All new teachers coming to the public school system. If you're located within a 30-mile radius of my primary location, we'll come out and give you do your LiveScan fingerprint at a discounted rate. Because who knows, you may be teaching my bad kids. I don't know.
That's true.
But most teachers are on low budgets anyway. So anything to help them out, to boost them, let them know somebody's looking out for them. So I do everything from promotion with schools, promotion with baseball, promotion with football, anything I can think of. I can be I was at my neighbor's football practice 2 days ago, yes.
Mm-hmm.
And, I'm thinking all these parents, all these kids, somebody may need fingerprint somewhere. So me being in my van, my son, he just there watching his friend. I'm passing out flyers and cards.
Good.
So, those are the things you have to, your biggest thing when you are a self-owner, you have to be motivated to not be afraid to approach people.
Can you say that again? I think they heard you in that one there. Can you say that again?
You have to be motivated and not afraid to approach people.
That's right.
And you have to, and you show prideness in your company and in your work. People can see that.
Yes.
You may have a 5-minute conversation with someone today, and then that person may not forget you and call you 3 weeks from now and schedule 100 fingerprints job. You never know.
Happened to us. It happened to us. I want to circle back to some best practices regarding invoicing services for your customers. The number one rule is when it's time to invoice them, don't delay.
Yes.
Because sometimes I delay the invoice myself. I told other folks I take care of it. I get to it. I get around it. I forgot about it. Next week, next month, forget about it. And that's something you don't want to do. And we lost a lot of money because of me from early on. It didn't happen recently though. Not billing your customers on time. Because something they made available that month to pay you the next month, like Carrie said early on in the video, they may not have no money.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't want to wait a year from now to stop billing a customer and try and get your money back paid. You might as well kiss that goodbye. And if they do pay you, they may not want to work with you again because you're practicing on how you do your finances. They might think the same thing how you do their fingerprints. You know, the information is laying around someplace unsecured. This is a reflection of your organization. Build on time, not late, consistently with reminders.
Right.
Exactly. And sometime paying agreement with the organization or the individual, if they pay late, you should have some type of fee involved.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they can pay by credit card. You should try and get that credit card on file because they may forget to get the credit card to you.
Right.
So there's different things you could do. And that tip is for your online scheduling system or your online payment system, make sure it's convenient.
Mm-hmm.
If you're able to use the system where you can email them the invoice, text them the invoice, or they can log in to pay online just by going to the website's a portal, that's good. Or even mail them the invoice. But these days, mail is not it's not reliable like it used to be. But email, text, or they can log into a portal is a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
So things you should look to have. And if they can log in anytime and look at the history with you, they like that. That's a way to call retention. Carrie's using it right now. We have the same type of system. Yeah. But matter of fact, there's a system I came across the other day. It's one of those lifetime deals, things like 40 or 80 bucks for lifetime. I'm gonna try it out next day or two. I'll promise you the link in this description field here for you. Matter of fact, I got the link made out. I just to go ahead and try out the software myself between now and tomorrow. So those watching the video should be in the description by that time. But if you're watching while this is a live session, give me some time to fix that link. We can have the thing about just the new CRM that we think about using ourselves just to try it out, especially for mobile fingerprinting. It's not the best in the world, but for some lifetime doing it works. It helps you make money where you can keep track of your customers. Mm-hmm. You can invoice them online. You can email them online. It's worth looking into it and integrates with other major platforms.
All right.
Matter of fact, I think I have the link here already made out. Here we go. So this link right here, folks, on the screen, LiveScan.Tools/CRM. This time tomorrow, if it's a live session, we'll make sure we get ahead and kick it out and try it around for a good first 2 months for free. Actually, pay for it, but you can get your money back for the next 2 months if you don't like it. So at the time of this recording, it's a lifetime deal. It might change later on, folks, but we're going to check it out ourselves and give you guys feedback in the months of how we're using it ourselves. But if it works, we're getting paid and the customers like it, roll with it. Yeah. And I have nothing right now. Use this link right here you see on the screen and check it out. If you're like in a month or two doing this special promotion that they're having, get your money back. Mm-hmm. No ifs, ands, or buts. So it's LiveScan.Tools with the S/CRM. All right, let's take it off the screen right there. We'll make sure folks got that information. Processing, collecting payment during the fingerprinting process. It's like Carrie said early on, you want to get paid up front, not afterwards sometime. But it depends on the situation. If you have another person with you, try to get paid right then and there when you get there, or try to get paid quickly as possible if they have more people as you're fingerprinting. If it's a large group, bring somebody with you. One person can start the fingerprinting, one person can talk to the person, other person is in charge of the money and get paid. Mm-hmm. But while you're shutting down everything, don't transmit anything else yet. Right. Don't give up those cards to them, the ink cards to them yet until you close out your collecting of the money. Now, there are some organizations out there that pay you cash. Carnivals are one of our favorite clients. Folks, but write that down. I said carnivals. You may get to 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning for some live scans for your particular city they're in. And most of them, they're going to pay you cash. Okay, because the carnivals go by cash. That's okay. So why are you keeping track who came in and get fingerprinted? You make them sign something there. You keep track how many people came in. Other person over there getting that money.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as they finish the last person, the other person's getting that money. You're going to count in front of them. They count for you. You count to them to double check. Because sometimes they may forget the extra $200 by mistake.
Mm-hmm.
So you count that money, and the other person tuck it away someplace secure, and
Well, see,
get the money.
that's where your training comes in, because I normally work by myself and I do multiple tasks. I may fingerprint 10, 15 people.
Yes.
And in order to make sure that I have everyone, I utilize my system better. For instance, if I got 15 people to fingerprint, I'm going to put it, once I fingerprint you, you go in my submission queue. You don't go up. I put everybody in the submission queue.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have my receipts, whereas my customer can fill in their name, address, phone number, email address, all their more demographic information. Once you pay, you take a picture of your receipt. You take a picture of the link that you go to see what the TCN number is. You see me hit the submission queue button, and you see the bar go gray. That way, our sale is final. I received my money. You saw it was delivered into the database. Then the next step would be, I'll send you a text in 24 to 48 hours letting you know the status of it. If you don't
Good. That's smart. Good follow up.
Have a great day.
Good.
And because you can put 25, 30 people in your submission queue, and you don't have to send them from that location. You can send them when you get back to your office.
Correct.
You have internet.
It's something that's better anyway because it's secure.
The main key is you use that submission queue to make sure that you have everyone you're supposed to have, and you make sure that you're receiving the payment for everyone that you have.
Yep.
That's the way how I personally do mine.
Sounds very professional that way too, which is also important with getting the money. Stay professional throughout the whole event.
Mm-hmm.
Stay professional. I want to focus a bit more about the CRM, customer relationship management, that you had before. And I want to reiterate to folks out there, you need something to keep track of your customers, also how they pay you. Because it could be a year from now, they could get a call, say, hey, I lost my receipt. You never gave it to us. I need my receipt. It could be last week, whatever. You could have gave it to them. But they say it all the time. And by having the system, you can keep track who you fingerprinted, what day you fingerprint them on, and if it was with ink cards, how many ink cards. Write this down, folks. If it was a live scan, what was the live scan for? What was the ORI number? What was the TCN number? What was the ATI number? Different states, folks. You want to keep track of all that there, because somebody's going to call you or email you or text you, hey, I need that information. And by having it, they know that you're reliable, and they can keep using it all the time. It goes a long way. It goes a very long way. Another thing is, we talked about here, let me fix that again there. Another thing is, let me jump into it right now. I mentioned early on where we can share some real world experiences with you. And this talks about you being professional when the customer's going to pay you after you fingerprint. We have a very large mobile service event. And during the time we're trying to negotiate the rates and stuff, they're trying to bully us to lower our rates. Because someplace online, the rates were cheaper. And most of the time, folks, they see a government fee rate, not realizing there's also a rolling fee on top of that there. So it's time for us to get our money, because it's a very large group, and we agreed to them that we're not going to do net 30 because we didn't want to send nothing out until we get paid. So they agreed to pay us that same day. And being that they had no fixed numbers besides a very minimum, the number of people each day varied. So at the end of the day, we gave them the list, the verification list for a person who's there with us from their organization, verified that we did do X amount of people there. We add up everything and gave it to them, nice professional, on something like this, from Square, something like this. And we showed it to them. One person looked at it because she was in charge of the credit card. She's like, what? $300? What? $3,000? What? $30? What the case may be. She made it very loud on purpose for everybody in her office could hear what we made for that day. And she did it on purpose because there's something called LiveScan Karen. She was one that originally met. LiveScan Karen, that was her. Because she didn't like the fact that it was us doing the organization fingerprinting, and she wanted us to be that she wanted someone else who didn't look like me. They didn't like my afro. Who knows? But she really was hating on us. And she tried to make a point every single time to make it uncomfortable for us to ask for our money. So we just stayed calm and politely. I was thinking something else here, like blank, please, give me my money. But they also knew the fact we had the fingerprints in their system. So they had to pay us. But there was sometimes trying to speak loud over you and let everybody hear what's going on, because they don't want you to have that money. Even though most money went to the government, they don't care. They don't care. And the fact it wasn't her money it was the company's money who's making millions of dollars, on a monthly basis. This is one of those big organizations. But it was kind of hard at first because I was upset. I was frustrated about, like, you know what? Let me just slow my roll, smile, say, thinking something, yeah, that's our money. Sign right here, please. And then we left. And after a while, she got tired of looking like a fool, sounding like a fool, because some boss heard what she said, look, leave them alone. We agree with it there. They give us value services. They're doing a good job. Leave them alone. And then she kind of backed out because the boss jumped into her case. But it's going to happen. They're going to try to call you out. I'm going to try to make you wait. All of a sudden, she's going to take a quick break, or they'll be right back. I'll let the credit card at home. Where a case may be, it's going to happen like that. So just be aware of those situations. But do not transmit those prints out until you get that transaction complete.
Right. And I just want to piggyback what you were saying, Jed. I don't know if you can see it or not, but like on my arm here, as you can see, you make every customer, you put the ORI number on their receipt, as well as their TCN number on their receipt. So, because you have customers that claim they lost their receipt. Oh, I forgot the ORI number, but I never received my prints. And they'll be trying to get another set of prints done with a different ORI number. So therefore, that's why on my receipts, I make sure that I have, and I make them sign their receipts. I sign it. And you're verifying what's on this paper, that is the ORI number that we're sending into the state. And this is the TCN number that I'm giving you once I submit it in. And that way there, it eliminates people trying to claim that they didn't have the correct ORI number, because I've had people call me 3 months later and go like, well, I applied for out-of-state job and they never received my prints. But I have proof that your prints were submitted in. And I said, well, what's the ORI number? And he gave me the ORI number. I said, well, this is not the same ORI number that you paid me for.
That happens.
You signed it saying that. So therefore, that was another thing that you have to be aware of, especially as a small business owner. You have to really, really think outside the box. You really do, because they're going to try it. They definitely are, And
you have to step up that game.
Yeah, and one thing you have to say, and I'll let you finish, is by you being a one-person shop, it's almost have to be done. At the end of your day, when you finish getting home and you've done 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 fingerprints, you must close the day out with make sure you've done all your billing, make sure all your billing is filed, make sure everything is recorded to the computers, make sure all their information is in there, the contact information of that person, the TCN numbers in there, the ORI numbers in there, all the demographic information that you can get is in their file. So therefore, you're constantly at the end of each day that you go out and work, you're constantly adding to your library of contacts.
That's true. That's true. That's your business.
of your job as opposed to just going out and fingerprinting, coming home and putting everything up. No, you have to, that's the paperwork side that I personally do every day when I go out and do fingerprints. And you never do so many fingerprints whereas you let those records get 2 or 3 weeks behind.
No.
Because if you do, you're going to find yourself in trouble. You got to sit at home now for 2 or 3 hours and go through tons of paperwork, make sure all your receipts are in order. You have to almost prepare yourself as if you're going to be audited every day.
Yes. Can you say that again? You're right.
You have to prepare yourself as if you're going to be audited every day. And you want to make sure you got all your ducks in a row, everything in line, everything, paper trail, everything. So therefore I can go back from January up to date and say, okay, I remember I did your fingerprint on January 3rd at 6:30 p.m. So
that's true.
So that's why I say, you have to do the extra work behind just the going to the customer house, getting in contact, doing the fingerprint. The paperwork is just as important because it covers you as well as covering your customers. The customer can see it because it shows how well organized you are. And that's how you get those repeat customers.
I call it stepping up the game pretty much. Call to action for you folks out there. We just shared with you a lot of good information. You need to take this information and implement it yesterday. I don't care if you're just organizing your office and getting some things straightened up there. Get your mind in the right mindset to make sure you get paid. And if you're not making money right now, you haven't started fingerprinting yet, we understand that. Get a hold of us too, get trained to get you started properly. Kerry started doing mobile fingerprint pretty much the next day as soon as you finish with the training program. And I think he does more ink cards and does live scans. I'm not sure right now. Which one you do the most right now? Ink cards or live scan?
I think I do about 50-50.
Okay, and he's in a small country called Florida.
Yeah.
We having an upcoming training that's free for our members, upcoming webinar series that comes next couple of days. And if you're a member of the National LiveScan Association, just log into the community and register, and then be a live streaming session, 2-part live streaming session about fingerprinting the youth. There's money to be made fingerprinting youth and the spin-offs from that particular industry also from fingerprinting the youth. So just go to fingerprintingyouth.com to register for this service. If you're not a member, go there also, opt in for some information. It's a double opt-in, so make sure you don't see the email, check your spam folder, of course, because we can't control the emails there. And become a member, and the course is for free. If you're not a member, you could take the course perhaps later on, but you got to pay. But the longer you wait to become a member, you lose the money. You can spend more money on these courses, which you get right now for free as a member, or you're going to lose a lot of money because you're not doing anything right now to stay productive.
Yeah.
You're too busy staying broke. Stay busy, stay broke, get productive, get paid.
Yeah.
Just things you got to do. Carrie mentioned CRM, online invoicing, follow with the customer called customer retention. Make sure he hits that transmission button once he gets paid and verified. Doing his office work as soon as he gets back. He's also mentioned something called the ORI number or the TCN number. The ORI number pretty much is the number generated by the government that tells the government who will get the background check once the background check is finished. TCN number is something like an ATI number in California. I call it like a tracking number or a transaction control number, where pretty much it helps the agency and the applicant track down the background check off of these particular codes you get from the LiveScan submitter for that particular state. Each state has their own way of saying it. California is called ATI. Florida and most other states call it a TCN number. It's more like a tracking number that they'll give to the applicant, that you'll give the applicant for a LiveScan transmission. Now, there is no associated TCN number if you're going to fingerprint the ink cards and the cards back to them. That does not exist. Not yet, that is. The police folks, go ahead and take advantage of this information and grow your business. If you have any questions, leave in the comment section. I'm sorry, Kara, I cut you off. What do you have there, buddy?
No, but I was just agreeing with what you're saying. You know, if you're really serious about making a good extra money, take the courses. Don't go out there and think you know everything. You gotta learn something new every day.
That's true.
You know? And because this profession requires so many different aspects of business. You got to have great customer service skills. You got to be professional. You got to know your job. You got to know how to approach, because you're going to be faced with a different situation every time you go out your door. But the great big reward of it is when you go on vacation and your phone is still ringing and you're booking appointments while you on vacation. So you know when you get back home from vacation, you got work waiting on you. That's a reward, because then you know that you are leading the pack. People are trying to duplicate what you're doing, and that's what you want. You don't never want to be a follower. Be a leader.
That's right. Get the money. And folks, he said vacation. So in other words, I'm just his interpreter. He means a business retreat.
Yes.
It was in a business function.
Yes.
He wanted to discuss fingerprinting opportunities. When I was there, he was conducting business at the business event. You guys know sure what I'm trying to say with you? There's some folks that does taxes. We talked to them between a vacation versus a business event.
Yes.
Okay then. So it was in a business event, retreat. We discussed business there. Okay.
Let us stick with that one.
Yeah, stick with that one there. Hey folks, but pretty much it comes with fingerprinting. You want to go out there and come for your money. Get that money. And this is our friend Maumba right here. She's going to get her money right now. She can make it for the session. That's Maumba, man. She's out there getting that money. I don't care if you're on a bike, on a horse. She's going to get her money. So they owe you money. Please, folks, do what you got to do to get that money. Don't let them scare you away. You track them down and you get paid. You got to get paid. And Maumba will take different ways that she'll share with you how you can get paid getting money. You know, even on the horse. She's going to get her money.
She's going to get it. Mama going to kill you.
Oh, man. We get to blame somebody else with this one here. You know, we're going to blame. You know what? We'll find somebody else to blame. But folks, this is a picture of Maumba. She's on her business retreat, getting that money. Chase them down that cart, the four-wheeler. They paid, she parked it, now she's going ahead to another business event, getting that money. Hey folks, a couple things I'm going to share with you here. There's 4 things. It's very important. I want you guys to write this down. Let me know when you guys are ready. Good. What's the start with, Carrie? What's the number 1 thing?
Don't get caught.
That's number 4.
That's number 4. I you know what? Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Hey guys, but pretty much, folks, just go out there, you know, have fun.
Have fun, yes.
Get in trouble.
Yep.
Don't get caught. This number lift up. I say it for next time.
But get paid.
That's right, get paid. All right, folks, enjoy your day, and thank you for joining us here. And so please subscribe to the channel, and of course, join us at LiveScan.Community.com. Become a member of the National LiveScan Association.